People keep on asking me, ASpec, when are you going to play, the one system challenge? And I'm asking them, what is the one system challenge? Well, apparently, it is the ability to only colonize a single system, as in, you can only have one system with planets or any sort of habitation inside of it, which is basically, from what I understand, a easier version of the one planet challenge. Sure, I'll give it a go. Welcome, these are my boys. The boys, of course. We start in a Gaia world because, of course, we start in a Gaia world. Life-seeded. If we want to start in a single system here, then starting off with a size 25 world is pretty much the most important thing that we can do. Mining guilds on top of that, additional miners, always good. Authoritarian because the influence bonus, as well as the worker output bonus, is always good to have when you don't have that many planets available. Pacifist because of the admin cap and the stability. I have no idea why I took it. I thought it was good. And Spiritualist because of the Unity bonus and the Edict cost bonus. So yeah, this is the one system challenge, I guess. Now, of course, you say, ASpec, why didn't you just start with Sol? You get a terraforming candidate. That's really good. That means you can get another planet really early on. That's always nice. The whole terraforming stuff. Yeah, but that's no fun. That's not good at all. What I have in mind, however, for this particular setup, it requires something else. We're gonna need to get ourselves to a black hole, and there is one right around the corner over here. So you may be wondering why a black hole. Well, I'm sure it will all become clear once we get some science ships up and running. Why science ships? Well, we need a lot of them. Like, a lot of them to pull this one off. So let's build some science ships and get the additional early stuff from the Empire rolling, shall we? We've done a little bit of development here, it's getting a couple systems up and running, get some minerals, get some energy, yada yada, all that good stuff. However, what do we need? Well, as you can see, I have gotten ourselves a reasonable amount of science ships, way more than you would ever need in this type of playthrough. However, I did build them, and I built them for a very good reason. Notice that they're all ready to jump into this here wormhole system. Why this wormhole system? Well, like I said, if you look at the scripts for the game, there is a 1% chance that every single time a ship enters, or at least a science ship enters a wormhole system, we will trigger the worm in waiting, which is exactly what we're going to be trying to do, because this system that we got has a lot of barren worlds on it that are excellent candidates for using as worms planets, which is great because, we can get a bunch of traits out of it, we can get a lot of planets, and let's be honest here, that's really the only way that we're going to be doing anything practical with this here one system system challenge. There we go, there's the boys, they're moving already, that's the good stuff. That's what I like to see. Let's see, take a look here if we can speed that up. Now, they are set to move back and forth between this system. Like I said, there's a 1% chance every single time a system gets entered by a science ship for the worm in waiting to trigger. So right now, we just set up all of our science ships to jump back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and just wait for them to hit the worm in waiting. Now, considering we have 7 of these guys, that means we got 7 times a 1% chance every single time the fleet jumps into the singularity. And now we just need to keep on doing this until the event pops. So after jumping back and forth for a couple of years, the horizon signal has finally popped up, and our science ships can now go out into the wild yonder to find new places and new wonders in the galaxy, whilst we just run the horizon signal, because let's be honest here, this is only really going to work if we do the horizon signal, because habitats are way too far away. But yeah, by manipulating percentages and statistics, we've managed to trigger it, which is exactly what we wanted to do. So we need to go and analyze the horizon signal here. Thankfully, we already had a science ship in position here, so we're just going to go and do a whole bunch of surveying on this here horizon signal, because stuff needs to happen sooner or later. So let's hope that it is not going to take too long. Thankfully, because all the scientists that we have, it means that we can sacrifice once really, really easily to the worm itself. So that is at least going to be nice and easy. I'm not really seeing any problems with that, because how many leaders do we even have here? Yeah, that's a lot of scienticians right there. That'll do. And of course, we hit gravity as desired. They want a ship, a science officer, of course. We'll send her in, and there it is, the worm, because the worm loves us. That is the good stuff right there. It also means that our first scientist is going to die very soon, which is unfortunate for him, but we don't really care about that because, well, let's be honest here, it's a greater sacrifice for the species, really. And you know, it also, it's rather important that we get this done and get it out of the way. The real problem is once we get to the loop technologies, because we're going to need to go for technological ascendancy just to get an easier chance to get Omega Theory out of the way. But in the meantime, we'll just do some more expanding here and just casually moving along. Let's hope that we actually don't make first contact anytime soon. And let's hope that's not going to be a problem either. Let's take a look here. Yeah, let's just add some ships here. I think that'll be fine. We don't have enough alloys at the moment, but having 2 alloy foundries and 2 research labs is going to be rather helpful here, especially gearing up for that Omega Theory. And of course, we're going to need to send a scientist into the void. So let's take a look here. We'll arrive at the exit point. And yeah, we will lose our scientist immediately, but that's not a problem because we can just get a new one very quickly. We got a whole slew of good scientists here anyway. But let's just make sure that we get everything sorted out here and that all the queuing and all that stuff is all set up nicely so that we can just leave this alone. Of course, we're also doing automatic exploration tech at the moment. And yeah, this is fascinating stuff. Can we please just get past the worm and waiting so I can properly start developing my system, please? That would be nice. And we got ourselves some alien vessels. Probably drones or flagella related. Oh good, we managed to get ourselves Entropic Recursion, which is the Omega Theory starter pack here. 96 months, we're gonna need to get it, sadly, because it's gonna be rather important in order to actually, you know, get Omega Theory and unlock the mysteries of the worm. You know, sometimes I wonder though, what is on the edge of this here event horizon? What lurks behind the blackness of a black hole? Of course, there is the worm and all that, but tell you what, we're just gonna have a look on what's actually on the other side of this thing here, because if I don't come back, you know, you can tell my wife that I love her. So we'll just take a casual quick look here. What's on the other side here of this singularity, or at least the singularity on the inside. Let's hope it's not too dark. Oh god, this is, oh god. All right, it's pretty dark in here. I can tell you that. This is different. The other scientists are definitely not here, and neither is the worm. Ah, god damn it. Oh, you sometimes make first contact with some aliens? Yeah, we made some first contact, alright. There appear to be 2 fallen empires right next to us, which is absolutely delightful. There they are. There's batch 1 and batch 2, and it basically means that we are completely boxed in and we can only go into this direction, which means that we're, I guess, only technically boxed in 2/3? Still, having 2 fallen empires on our borders is not great. Oh, of course. We're a Gaia species, so the game gives me a Gaia world, pristine jewel, but of course, it's a friggin' holy world. Thanks, game. Much appreciated. So, of course, we get the what was will be message with the messenger, and of course, our admiral, the Ziggy and all that stuff. Yeah, we can open up a channel. Look at that. It looks so much older than before. My lord, we will remember you in our prayers. As the Ziggy is opening up its weapon systems. That's fine. We'll just send the fleet into the general direction of it. Yeah, there's our admiral. He's currently eager, but the Loop Ziggy currently does not have a leader attached to it, so we're probably just going to need to kill it. Apparently, in the future, we get the Corsair class ship, so that is different. At least, you know, getting a destroyer and all that stuff. So I guess that is cool. You know, having pirate ships in our grasp. Oh yeah, we didn't introduce ourselves to the other alien empire, militant isolationalists, right next door, which means that we cannot colonize this amazing system over here, which is somewhat of a shame, to say the least. You know, I would like to have those 10 minerals, as well as all the science in there, but apparently this is not my day, so yeah. Unfriggin' lucky there, I expect that these sort of things happen. I guess it would also be a good idea to colonize, or at least take the system that has just the science in it and the worm itself, the worm entry, so to speak. Yeah, well, we're gonna need to do the messenger anyway. The problem is right now the messenger is blocked by the Zigziggy. Thankfully, we can abuse this by sending a scientist in, who's sitting right around the corner, and just set him to passive here. Yeah, just send him right into the edge of the system, and the Zigziggy should not be engaging him. So yeah, we can speed up this process by just getting all of this stuff going over here. I'm not really concerned about the Zigziggy, let's put it that way. Besides, the fleet is here, ready to take him out. And then our Admiral will get another skill, Forlorn to a Rendezvous, which will give him ship speed, which is great. And there's the foredoomed to a rendezvous modifier. Nice, that's nicely added. We're gonna need to kill some of these here cultists that are up here. Oh yeah, by the way, we have cultists. For some reason, I'm not entirely sure why they have decided to go down the quote-unquote true path. In the past, this would mean that you could get tachyon beams super early in the game, but this is sadly no longer the case. Which is a bit of a shame because, you know, having tachyon beams on destroyers is so good. But such is the progression, the movement of science, which is just unfortunate. Oh great, there's an archaeological site that I can't get because it's right next to a militant isolationist. That is just awesome. Thanks, game. Now, of course, with the messenger, we are going full on board because we're gonna get genome mapping and the chance of getting some cool skills onto our species who are currently only industrious, as well as Gaia will preference for some reason. But yeah, getting industrious, if we can get a nice modifier on top of that, would be nice. Let's hope that we're gonna get something good out of it. Let's put it that way. But we'll see. We're definitely going to change our species into something else purely because of that modifier, and there is a new life. I know expansion doesn't seem to be all that logical when you're doing the one system challenge, but still, you know, being able to get new colonies and new pops and pop growth speed is always nice, plus technological ascendancy is next, and after that we're just gonna go and consecrate worlds because we have so many worlds available that we literally can't do anything with, which is just a shame. So we got Omega Theory running in one block, but of course we are going to need to have Doctrine Strange Loop as well, because we can't get Omega Theory without having both technologies. The technology Omega Theory is locked behind both of them. So Entropic Recursion Tech and Doctrine Strange Loop are both required. Man, I remember back when we had tiles, we could have the Strange Loop Institute and all that good stuff, but that's sadly no longer here. Man, it just does feel like the joys of the worm have been nerfed a little bit, but then again, you got people like me who are abusing the ever-loving crap out of it to get insane capital systems, so I guess this was well earned. And of course I completely forgot to study the messenger, which is obviously what we're doing right now. Once we got the messenger going, we should be in a good spot, because it will allow us to change our species from whatever this tentacle mess is to something a little bit more practical, and there's the messenger unleashed. Yeah, okay, let's, we got tech progress on Doctrine Strange Loop. Yes, please. Let's do that, and then we get a tech boost on Strange Loop. So that's good. So only 34 months remaining. So it's going pretty quick here. I like that. Okay. Entropic Recursion is here, so we get a future glimpse on Omega Theory. We just need to get the other variant, Doctrine Strange Loop, up and running. We're just going to do research station outputs so we can get more society research. It's only going to take 2 years for us to get Omega Theory, or at least Doctrine Strange Loop, and because we have the wonders of technological ascendancy, getting Omega Theory itself should not be a problem. It's just going to be a question of waiting. In the meantime, though, the messenger is ready to go. What was shall be. We will transform our entire species. And let's take a look what we have rolled. Oh boy, we are now not only industrious, but we are also intelligent, which means that we're going to get a tech bonus of 10% to all of our tech research jobs on all 3 types. So that's great. So the worm boys, they look a little bit different now. I'm getting some Davy Jones flashbacks over here, but that's perfectly fine. Having the additional trait is totally worthwhile and a great bonus to have. Plus, once the worm shows itself, we will have an entire system to colonize, and that's going to be pretty ridiculous because we're going to build ourselves a nice fortress in our empire. Also, we don't have some specialists in a job at the moment, and we need to fix that. Maybe some food would be good, I guess. Minerals, we're just getting them all from space. I'm not too concerned about that. Still, though, you know, it's a good step. Getting those traits early on is just so strong. Industrious and intelligent combined. Very good for a starter species. Very, very good indeed. 66 years have passed since the start of the game. Omega Theory still hasn't shown up because it's Omega Theory and it is a bit of a pain in the ass. Anyway, we finished our 2nd tree because we've horribly crippled ourselves by only using 1 planet, using a bunch of tech, and for some reason we still don't have gases, so we still can't upgrade our labs. Regardless, we've taken consecrated worlds. Why consecrated worlds? Well, if we consecrate worlds, it means that we can make more unity. Or at least, unity income. So what we can do is we can start consecrating worlds. Now, I'm really curious what will happen if we consecrate this world, which is already a holy world. And apparently, this is, it possesses inherent sanctity and ought to be consecrated. So now we've consecrated this world. I wonder what the neighbors have to say about this. They just feel that we're wise spiritualists, so that is fine, I guess. We should probably consecrate some more worlds because we're getting 8% unity, immunities, and spiritual attraction bonuses from it. We can consecrate 2 more worlds, which is exactly what we're going to be doing. I just came to the realization that I had unlocked a rubricator. However, it appears the rubricator has in fact spawned inside of the militant isolationist fallen empire, which means it's going to be impossible to get the rubricator.
Research complete.
Thanks, game. Much appreciated. Looks like our admiral has died. The Ziggy rendezvous guy. Guess he was not gonna hand over his stuff anytime soon. For we may never know. Well, we finally lost our admiral with the Vorlund to rendezvous. So we'll just replace him. Here we go. Snip shash. He's got gale speed, so that's pretty decent, I hope. Still, though, you know, 78 years into the game, still have not seen Omega Theory. I'm kind of starting to lose hope. Oh my god, it is finally here. Omega Alignment. 80 years into the game, we can finally... 82 years into the game, 82 years, finally managed to get Omega Alignment, or at least the Omega Theory. We're gonna get it in about 41 months, so yeah, it's a little ways away, but then we can start steamrolling, because obviously we've been stuck on this single rock for the longest time, and we need to do something about this. How many planets do we have in our system, sir? Well, we've got a bunch. Apparently, we've also managed to find the flagship, which is ironically on the other side of a piece of empire that we can't actually get to because the fallen empires are still in the way, which is a bit of a hassle, sadly. But still, you know, Omega Alignment, we're gonna get it soon, and then it will be time to embrace the worm for fun and profit. Whilst we have this much money, we may as well just open a reliquary from the good old Caravaneer. So let's see what we got. A gun of unknown origins. How strange. So it's useless. Thanks, Caravaneers. It's very much appreciated. That's great. How about we just play the slots then? Let's pull the lever. Oh wow, we got 10,000 energy. And this is why, you know, this is how they get you. They get you with big payouts at the start, and then you're in saying, "Oh, I could win so many times easily," and then they get you. Then they rope you in. What also has roped me in recently is more coffee, because the good boys over the petrol station next door from my house have decided to start serving it. So, some delightful caffeination That's always good. We should probably do something about our star bases while we're at it. Like, add some more resource silos and stuff like that. Get these trade hubs up and running. Off-world trading companies is always good. This is what, an anchorage? Can we do anything else with this anchorage? Not really. May as well not waste any resources on it. Yeah, we'll upgrade it once we get to the next tier of fortresses. And then slowly but steadily start upgrading. We're currently at 9, which is already pretty decent. But our naval cap needs to go up. Up by quite a lot. And we need to finish Harmony because of all these consecrated worlds that we currently have running. Which is, yeah, it's just currently, yeah, it's some good bonuses. We just need to get the next one. I'm starting to think that we need to go for Biological Ascension. Why Biological Ascension, ASpec? Because we are so far behind the rest of the pack in terms of planetary placement and stuff like that, that we're going to need to grow our population really quickly. For that, we need cloning vats. And cloning vats are, of course, part of the Biological Ascension. So, yeah.
Construction complete.
That's a thing. Oh, and there it is. Finally. Omega Theory and Omega Alignment. So, first things first, we're going to need to build something. We're just going to get rid of this temple because it's sucking up way too many consumer goods at the moment. And the Omega Alignment is going to give us 16. Good old physics science. So, let's build that bad boy once the Ministry of Culture is done. And then we can embrace the worm. The worm will be us because, well, what was shall be, won't it? And of course, we haven't finished Omega Theory, Omega Alignment just yet, but we got habitats, so we can at least, you know, start spamming the system with habitats as soon as we have the tech. It may take a little while, but, you know, being able to expand super crazily in a very short amount of time is definitely going to be one of those more interesting scenarios, to say the least. Yeah, we are going to fill this entire system up with good old habitats, at least as much as we can. Hopefully we can get them around these here mineral ones. Oh, it's +8 though. That's crazy. How is it +8? How are we getting +8 from this place? That's insanity. Dang. Still though, you know, +8. We're getting +212. We're gonna take down this one first and put a habitat on that for the mineral income that we can get from there. So that's gonna be a really good addition, as well as this one down here. So these two, the mineral ones, we're gonna build up first because we're gonna need a lot of minerals to get our alloy forges in the Ecumenopoli. Yes, we are gonna build those, plural, up and running. Oh boy, the end in the beginning. Perhaps the worm loves us. Yes, we could love the worm. We are definitely gonna go and love the worm. Oh man, it's coming soon. Ah yes, let's do this. The worm in waiting. Generate the entry point. 2 months away. It's gonna be glorious. I'm really looking forward to this because this strategy by itself actually may have some merit. You know, because the whole heart of the sun. Yes. The project is complete and the accelerators are online. The power network of a dozen cities is diverted in the pseudo-singularity at the heart of the alignment. Space shudders like a wind-racked cloth. Yes, we consent. And there you go. What was shall be. What shall be was. Ah, yes. So, what does this do? Well, first of all, it turns all of our species in this system to Tomb World preference, which, you know, it may not be the greatest, but it also turns a whole bunch of these planets in our capital system into Tomb Worlds, which is great. And in addition, Gene Tailor technology is going to boost us even harder. So, what are we going to do with this ASpec? Well, first of all, we are going to need to buy a bunch of consumer goods, and then we open the expansion planner. Oh, no. Okay, so we're just going to colonize everything, really. Let's be honest here. So we're going to colonize you, we're going to colonize you, and you, and you. Oh, yeah, you can be colonized as well. And we're going to be colonizing quite a lot of stuff here in parallel. And you may be thinking, why are you even colonizing all the small stuff? Well, we are so far behind that we kind of have to at this point. So we are literally just colonizing everything in this here solar system. and it is, in fact, going to be glorious. Really looking forward to this one. Look at all these boxes here. That's what? That's 8 planets we're about to colonize? No, 9 planets we're about to colonize. And that doesn't even include the hilarity that is going to be all the habitats we'll be setting up as well on all 10 planets. And by the way, we're going to be using the habitats to generate food, because that makes sense. And there are the first colony ships. Off they go to their first destinations. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Yeah, the first Wormboy colony, baby. There it is. So the second one will be coming up soon, and we got 2 more in the cooker. So we'll be cranking out these super quickly now, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is gonna develop. Man, we're getting a lot of bonuses from space here. My lord, it's actually kind of crazy how many minerals we're generating in space. Like, my god, look at this, +7. That was like at 3 at the start of the game. Because we stacked all of our resources from space bonuses, this is a pretty big deal. So, colonizing 6 worlds at once in our solar system, and we still have 3 more to go. And then we can start bootstrapping our economy, because, well, there won't be any gradual development of our economy, because there is no previous economy. Therefore, we're going to need to create it from full. Considering we're working here with a whole bunch of tomb worlds, we need to watch out for potential tomb world events. So we're just going to build a couple of assault armies here, because we could just be casually opening up a vault full of mutants. So we're going to need to have some armies ready just in case they try to take over our areas, which is something we definitely want to avoid. And in the meantime, we're just going to go and get more technology boosting research, because research that we do on technology now, in terms of boosting, means that we don't need to do it later, and we get the bonuses now. So over a long period of time, we get more value out of it. So I'm not entirely sure why this planet is the mysterious moon of Noosh. Now that Noosh has been settled for a while,
Log updated.
Are we gonna get a dig site out of this? The mysterious moon of Noosh? You mean Blorp? There's a couple of other names here where I'm thinking by myself, this is kind of weird, like Trekkie. That's like South African for, what, masturbation or something like that? Not entirely sure, but still, you know, I guess it makes sense. We're still colonizing all this stuff. Not entirely sure what this is, though. Investigate the mysterious moon of Noosh. Maybe we'll get a cool dig site, and if we can get that, then we can actually get the secrets of the First League, which we need a rather significant amount of minor artifacts for. And considering we can't generate artifacts because we don't have the rubricator, considering it spawned in the middle of a militant isolationist empire, that's gonna take a while before we can get that. So, really wish we could trade minor artifacts, because this is not gonna happen anytime soon. Apparently Blorb is a rogue moon, which is interesting. So, wow, okay. So, holy crap, we got +1 dark matter as well as dark matter. Wow, okay. That is pretty crazy. Did we get a site for this? My god, produces 1 dark matter. Ah, yes. D dark matter deposit 1 description. Yes, that definitely makes sense. Still, though, dark matter at this point in the game, it's going to be great, because we can use that to fund our economy. Now, I almost forgot to do something rather important. We're going to need to set all of these to colonies. Why all the colonies, ASpec? Well, it means that if we have a colony, their happiness and growth speed will, in fact, go up. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. So at the end of the month, they should spike up as well. So we need to set all 10 of these to colony worlds. And, oh, lost to bureaucracy. Yeah, sure. And basically, we need to just get all of these up and running to a high enough tier, because obviously we want to get happiness as high as possible, and of course growth rate as well. We're getting a growth rate modifier due to it being a planet habitability issue. We only want our species to grow on this world. Okay, thanks. I don't need any of your other garbage. I know this is going to set back some of our growth a little bit, but our species is clearly superior to yours. If you want to move there, you can, I don't know, do that manually or something. We'll just wait for these guys to be done.
We built something.
What do you even get? Wow. Is this the energy credit bonus? Is that it? Okay, well, you can migrate from there. I'm only going to grow pops normally on these worlds. Also, apparently, one of our specialists don't want to be working here for some reason. Unemployed. Why? Dimensional portal researcher. Really? Don't we have I thought we had a dimensional portal here. No? Oh. Oh yeah, there it is. Dimensional portal researcher.
Bleeding edge technology discovered.
Oh, okay, we replaced it with one of our superior worm boys, as it should be. So right now we're waiting for that magical moment. The magical moment where the current population hits 4 on, or at least 5 on all of these planets. Because when that happens, we can start building our very first pop expansion module, which of course is the robotic assembly plants. Now, if we manage to get, in the next 26 months, Utopian Dream, we're going to go straight for that biological ascension one, because then we can get the cloning vats. So we'll just plant that one down instead, because cloning vats are amazing. 33% bonus is not something to, you know, ignore. That is some good old bonuses right there. Anything above 30 in this game is considered to be pretty insane, and yeah, cloning vats do fit in that category. We got the Utopian Dream, which is great for us because it means that we can get yet another Ascension perk, and we're immediately going to go for Engineered Evolution because of the additional gene modification points that we will get, plus the cloning vats. Ah, yes. And now we're just going to spam cloning vats wherever we can, if we have the ability to. Where are my cloning vats? There they are. Pop growth speed plus 33% is pretty ding-dang good. What should we replace? We could just replace a lab, I guess, and then upgrade another one. We'll just replace one lab here with a cloning vat, upgrade the other one. But yeah, I think this is pretty good what we got here. Plus, we can now genetically engineer all of our species that we have in our empire to be even better. So, for instance, we can remove this, and we can add whatever we want. Say, for instance, Unity from Jobs, Leader Lifespan, like a whole bunch of good stuff. Pop housing is actually quite good as well. But once we get the final engineering for genetics, we will go completely crazy, because then we will get all the really cool stuff. Our habitation project is coming along just swiftly. We got ourselves our very first habitat, which we will immediately colonize with the superior species, of course. Where are you, my boys? There they are. So we'll just get this habitat going as well. And it's going to be a nice little energy habitat because there's energy on this rock. So getting another reactor district is going to be great to float our economy. What we do, however, need is minerals. Minerals are going to be really important to keep things flowing. And that's why on a lot of our worlds right now, we got quite a lot of mineral openings that we want to use. Now, of course, we have got some food here because expanding costs food, and we want to be really careful about that. But we're going to fill this rock up with minerals, for instance. This one's going to be an energy mineral combo. Minerals again. Energy, absolutely. Probably energy. Minerals, absolutely. Well, we still have 5 slots here for energy as well. Definitely minerals and energy again. Plus, we need to get those Echimonopoli up and running as well. And yes, we do want to have 2 of them. Why 2? Because I can.
Technology acquired.
Oh my lord. Oh, okay. So, this I've never done before. Okay, we just pulled the Galatron out of the hi-hat. Oh boy. we got the Galatron. There's the Galatron. We just got 5,000 consumer goods, and we're getting a passive +3 influence. This is... Oh god, and all of a sudden we get the casus belli from everybody around. Now, it's only taken me 120 years to finally unlock this dang exotic gas refinery technology. And considering we've been minusing on exotic gases for quite some time, it was about time, because now we can finally do some industrial related stuff to upgrade our research labs. Plus, we somehow found a dig site, so we're gonna go and find this here. Whispers in the Stone. Let's see what we can find down here. Maybe we'll finally get enough minor artifacts to get Secrets of the First League. I doubt we will, but that'd be nice. And yeah, this super tall build so far seems to be going well, except for, you know, some assimilators and eliminators slowly but steadily inching their way north on the map. And that right there is it's kind of worrying. Let's hope that we can get workplace motivators for the research output as soon as we can, because we are going to need that to get those resources, to get some sort of military up and running to stop these collectors and fanatic purifiers that are coming our way. Why are we going for Gaia worlds again? Well, there's a good reason behind this. Mainly because we don't... Our migration treaties mean that we can only bring in tomb worlds species, and the same goes for refugees, and like I mentioned, we need to get all of these pups. Now if we don't, if we just remain with all these tomb worlds and all these pups that are being displaced by these collectors, assimilators, eliminators, and whatnot, they'll just go somewhere else. And we would like to have them because it means that we can get more pups, more production, because like I mentioned, we are so far behind that we need to catch up. And refugees is a good way of dealing with this. Sadly enough, we do have a bit of a food problem, but workplace motivators should improve that slightly, I hope. Still though, I should have an agri-world, yes, with 4 whole agricultural district tiles. Joy. But let's hope that this is going to improve very quickly here. We could just spam a couple of city districts, but we're just going to fill up this entire place with, and where are you, hydroponics farms, as well as the farm improvement building that we should be able to build at some point anyway. But yeah, hydroponics farms all over that place should be good. It's a relatively small world, so that should not be a problem. The only issue that I can see there is habitation. That's potentially a problem. But yeah, not having pops is a huge problem, especially considering we only have this buffer state between these here collectors. Now, these collectors apparently like us. Their opinion is 0. They don't really care for they don't really care for us at the moment. They're neutral to us, whilst these guys are in fact protective. So let's hope that yeah, they're guaranteeing our independence. So let's hope that they're strong enough to hold back the enemy. Are they a mega corporation? Oh my god, they're a mega corporation. I did not realize that.
Incoming transmission.
Interesting. They want a defensive pact. Sure. That probably means that they are less likely to attack them. With my huge army of 4,800. Yep. 4,800. Oh, and my governor has died. Oh, that's just unfortunate. So we need a new governor. Maybe we can get one that is good at the building. Yes, architectural interest. District cost, build cost, planetary build speed increase. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna take a little while for him to get underway, but yeah, that's gonna take a little while. I think we can, however, do a little bit of a mess around there. Do we have any policies enabled at the moment for leaders? No, we don't. That is a shame. Oh well. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna wrap up here this episode. Yes. Episode, because we're going to continue with this particular playthrough. I'm having fun with this one. Sure, it's a little bit different from the Let's Play format, but the humor and everything, you know, the fast cuts does mean that you don't have to slog through 4 hours of gameplay, because that's how long it took me to get this point at this point in time. Still though, I hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, and if you did like it, subscribing is always an option, and if you hit the bell, you'll know exactly when the next episode comes online. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and play, oh my god, so tall.